In the year 2045, the world above the clouds was no longer just a dream. It was an address. Welcome to LUME AUTO, where we explore the extraordinary. The Rolls-Royce Celestial Dawn was not designed merely to move through space. It was crafted to glide through the cosmos like a living piece of art. Conceived in the shimmering orbit between Earth and Luna Station Alpha, the Celestial Dawn became the symbol of humanity's new era of motion, where interplanetary travel met British craftsmanship in its most ethereal form. When the concept was first teased at the Geneva Space Expo, the world didn't know what to expect. Whispers of a floating limousine that could cross low-orbit airspace without thrust engines sounded impossible. But Rolls-Royce engineers had already defied gravity. Using quantum levitation rails and magnetoplasma propulsion, the Celestial Dawn redefined what luxury meant in a future where roads were made of starlight. Its exterior shimmered with a finish called astral pearl spectra, a liquid metal coating that shifted hues from deep nebula blue to sunrise gold as it absorbed cosmic rays. Inside, silence became the loudest luxury. Instead of conventional seating, the cabin featured zero-G cocoons that gently adjusted to the passenger's pulse and orientation. When the vehicle entered microgravity transit, the cocoons rotated to maintain perfect equilibrium, giving the sensation of floating through a soft sunrise. The panoramic dome, forged from layered nanocrystal glass, filtered cosmic radiation while projecting holographic constellations onto its surface, transforming every journey into a celestial ballet. Every surface breathed the Rolls-Royce design language of serenity and strength. The dashboard wasn't a collection of screens. It was a living interface, a seamless expanse of luminescent silk fibers that responded to touch and gesture. A passenger could call up the stars with emotion, navigate to Lunar Resort 2 without speaking, or summon a cup of perfectly brewed earth-grown tea from the integrated micro-kitchen designed by Dyson Space Appliances. Even the signature spirit of ecstasy had evolved, now a holographic entity, shimmering in pure light above the hood, her wings trailing a faint luminous aura that flickered as the limousine glided past orbital debris fields. Behind the elegance lay staggering performance. Powered by a hybrid helium-3 quantum drive and Rolls-Royce's proprietary Eternity Cell, the Celestial Dawn could cruise for over 5 million kilometers between charges. Its AI-stabilized gyroscopic suspension allowed for precision docking at orbital ports or silent landings on lunar plains. Yet what astonished early test pilots was not its capability but its composure, the utter calm of motionless motion. No vibration, no sound, only a faint harmonic hum, like the distant echo of a choir in the void. For those privileged enough to step inside, the experience was deeply emotional. Passengers described feeling as though the car was alive, anticipating their comfort before they moved, shifting ambient lighting to match their mood, even adjusting oxygen levels for perfect relaxation. Rolls-Royce called it symphonic balance engineering, a union of sound, scent, and gravity modulation to produce inner stillness. When the first prototypes reached the Earth-Luna Highway, journalists watched from observation domes as the limousine drifted silently across the horizon, leaving behind a faint silver trail. The sight was poetic, a symbol of humankind's passage from earthbound ambition to cosmic grace. In that moment, the Celestial Dawn became more than a car. It became a moving cathedral of light, carrying the legacy of centuries into a new dawn among the stars. As the Celestial Dawn entered full production at Rolls-Royce's orbital design hub above the Pacific Rim, demand exceeded even the brand's legendary reputation. Each limousine took 12 lunar weeks to assemble, a process overseen by master artisans who worked in synchronized zero gravity, sculpting the body panels with diamond laser precision. The vehicle's frame was woven from aerotitanium lattice infused with vaporized platinum, giving it both strength and ethereal beauty. When exposed to starlight, microscopic prisms embedded in the alloy produced a halo effect that made the car appear as though it glowed from within. To watch one emerge from the assembly halo was like witnessing the birth of a celestial body. Clients of Rolls-Royce were accustomed to exclusivity, But the Celestial Dawn introduced an entirely new tier: cosmic ownership. Buyers were required to attend a private induction ceremony aboard the brand's orbital atelier, where their biometric signatures were encoded into the car's neural core. This ensured that each Celestial Dawn recognized only one owner in the entire universe. The key itself was no longer physical. It was a biometric aura, a shimmering holographic emblem that appeared in the driver's hand when proximity and intent were aligned. The car would only respond to its rightful owner's rhythm of heartbeat and neural pulse. During its inaugural showcase, the Celestial Dawn completed a demonstration that silenced skeptics. It traversed the Earth-Luna corridor entirely on silent drive mode, maintaining 0.0003 G of motion pressure, so smooth that a glass of champagne placed on the console did not ripple once during the entire 3-hour voyage. In that stillness, journalists and dignitaries aboard found themselves whispering, as though they were inside a sacred chamber. Rolls-Royce engineers described the event as a hymn written in metal and light. But what truly captivated the world was the interior's ability to evoke emotion. The cabin's lunar weave upholstery shimmered like soft silver fabric under moonlight, its texture changing subtly with the temperature of the passenger's touch. Fibers of pure graphene silk carried electrical harmonics that adjusted seat tension and micro-massagers in real time. Even the ambient scent was programmed, a faint infusion of white jasmine and ozone, said to calm the human mind in zero gravity. Above, the panoramic dome projected an aurora of slow-moving stars, shifting gently to mirror the rhythms of the nearby planetary horizon. When the Celestial Dawn entered open market circulation, its presence transformed every docking bay it visited. Spaceports dimmed their lights as the car approached. Its silhouette alone drew silence. The AI co-pilot, named Eloan, was more companion than assistant, capable of conversation, poetry, and even emotional empathy. Eloan could read vocal tone and adjust lighting or temperature to match mood, creating a dialogue between human and machine that felt profoundly intimate. Yet Rolls-Royce was careful to clarify, Eloan was not a servant. She was a guardian, a silent steward of the traveler's serenity. In one of the most iconic voyages recorded, a Celestial Dawn was used to escort diplomats from the United Earth Assembly to the lunar capital, Artemis Prime. The convoy moved like a procession of silver ghosts against the black sea of space. As the lead limousine glided through the transparent docking causeway, a burst of refracted sunlight illuminated the Rolls-Royce insignia across its rear deck, and millions watching the live broadcast felt, for the first time, that luxury could be spiritual. This was not transportation. It was transcendence. The car's design philosophy reflected a deeper truth about humanity's relationship with motion. Where earlier generations pursued speed and power, the Celestial Dawn sought meaning. Its propulsion system, nearly silent, created a sense of suspended eternity. The absence of vibration made time feel slower, more deliberate. Passengers reported a strange but beautiful sensation, as though each journey lasted forever yet ended too soon. Rolls-Royce called it temporal serenity, a side effect of the car's gravity harmonic stabilizers. For some, the Celestial Dawn became more than a vehicle. It became a sanctuary between worlds. Back on Earth, luxury critics declared it a rolling monastery for the soul. Artists painted it. Poets wrote verses comparing its form to the first silver wings of dawnlight. Collectors offered absurd sums for production slots that did not even exist yet. And somewhere high above, in the quiet expanse between Earth and the Moon, the first owners traveled silently in their luminous sanctuaries, their reflections mirrored in the starlit glass, their hearts suspended in perfect stillness. The Celestial Dawn marked not only the evolution of Rolls-Royce but of human ambition itself. It proved that the concept of luxury was no longer about possession. It was about peace. In an age where technology often raced ahead of emotion, Rolls-Royce had found the harmony between both, a machine that inspired awe without chaos, movement without noise, progress without haste. In the final cinematic campaign that captured the world's imagination, A single Celestial Dawn was filmed drifting through a ring of icy stardust around Titan. Its lights flickered like distant constellations. Its shadow glided silently across Saturn's glow. The narrator's voice whispered over the visuals. Luxury has always belonged to those who reach for the impossible. Now, the impossible belongs to you. As the car slowly disappeared into the cosmic horizon, one phrase lingered in the audience's minds: "Welcome to serenity among the stars." For Rolls-Royce, the journey was never about reaching another planet. It was about reminding humanity of what it feels like to be still, even while gliding across infinity. Subscribe for more luxury car stories and future automotive marvels, only on LUME Auto.